I never believed evil wore pastel cardigans and clipboard smiles, until the day my wife collapsed on our driveway, blood pooling beneath her head, while our HOA president stood nearby pretending she'd seen nothing. That was the moment my life split into before and after. We moved into Silverwood Estates because it promised peace. Tree-lined streets, identical mailboxes, white fences that whispered stability. The kind of place realtors described as safe, with rehearsed smiles. My wife, Lena, loved it instantly. She said it felt like a place where nothing bad could happen. I should have known that was a lie. The HOA ran everything: trash schedules, lawn height, paint shades, even how long your garage door could stay open. At the center of it all was Marilyn Cooper, the HOA president, late 50s, blonde bob, permanent smirk. She carried herself like a queen ruling a kingdom of cul-de-sacs. At first, Marilyn was polite, overly polite. She welcomed us with cookies and a printed rulebook thicker than a phone directory. She spoke slowly like we were children. Her eyes lingered on Lena longer than necessary, measuring, judging. "You'll fit in just fine," Marilyn said. It sounded less like reassurance and more like a warning. The first notice came 2 weeks later. Grass half an inch too tall, then another. Trash bin visible from the street, then another, unauthorized flower pots. Every notice had Marilyn's signature at the bottom. Lena laughed it off at first. She said Marilyn was bored, lonely, power-hungry. I told her to ignore it. I was wrong. One afternoon, Lena tried to reason with Marilyn at an HOA meeting. Calm voice, polite tone. She asked why we were being singled out. The room went quiet. Marilyn smiled. "We apply rules equally," she said. But her eyes hardened. Some people just struggled to follow them. From that day on, things changed. Neighbors stopped waving. Conversations ended when we walked by. Our names disappeared from community emails. We were being isolated, quietly, efficiently. Classic HOA warfare. And then Marilyn escalated. It started with surveillance. Lena noticed a black SUV parked near our house at odd hours. It never stayed long, never moved when she approached. She said it felt wrong. Then the harassment began. Anonymous complaints, late-night door knocks with no one there, a dead potted plant smashed on our porch, our mailbox dented inward like a fist had slammed it. I installed cameras. The next morning, I received a violation notice for unauthorized security equipment. Marilyn had signed it personally. Lena tried to stay strong, but I saw the stress eating her alive. She slept poorly, jumped at noises, checked over her shoulder while walking the dog. One evening she came home pale. "She followed me," Lena said. "Who?" "Marilyn." She said Marilyn had pulled alongside her in the parking lot, rolled down the window, and smiled. "You know," Marilyn said softly, "some people don't last long here." That was the first time I felt real fear. I confronted Marilyn the next day. She didn't deny anything. Instead, she leaned closer and whispered, "Your wife should learn her place." That sentence changed something inside me, but I still didn't understand how far she was willing to go. It happened on a Tuesday, broad daylight, 3:40 p.m. Lena had just returned from the grocery store. I was at work when my phone rang. Once, twice, then a third time. I ignored it. Then I saw the missed call alert labeled unknown. I answered. There was screaming. A neighbor's voice, panicked, shaking. "Your wife! Oh God, your wife!" I don't remember the drive home. I remember sirens. I remember my hands shaking so badly I couldn't unlock the door. Lena lay on the concrete driveway. 2 men stood nearby, big, hooded. They looked like hired muscle, faces blank, emotionless. One held a metal baton. Witnesses later said Marilyn had been there moments before, talking to the men, pointing toward the house. The story was simple. Lena had been unloading groceries when the men approached. They accused her of trespassing. She laughed, thinking it was a mistake. Then one of them struck her. Once, hard. She hit the ground. They didn't keep going. They didn't need to. By the time neighbors ran outside, the men were already walking away, calm, unhurried. And Marilyn? She claimed she'd just arrived and had no idea what happened. The ambulance came. Lena was unconscious. Skull fracture, brain swelling, emergency surgery. The doctor pulled me aside. "If she'd been hit any harder," he said, "you'd be planning a funeral." I sat alone in the hospital hallway for 12 hours. That's when shock turned into rage. The police took statements. Witnesses described Marilyn speaking with the attackers, pointing, nodding. But Marilyn denied everything. No written orders, no recordings, no paper trail. The men were unknown. The SUV was unregistered. The baton was never found. The case stalled. The HOA lawyered up immediately. Marilyn claimed harassment, said we were emotionally unstable, accused Lena of provoking the attack. I wanted to scream. Neighbors suddenly forgot what they saw. Statements changed. Memories faded. Fear is a powerful eraser. Lena survived, but she wasn't the same. Headaches, nightmares, panic attacks. She flinched whenever footsteps approached. One night she whispered, "She wanted me dead." That was the moment I stopped believing justice would come on its own. If the system wouldn't hold Marilyn accountable, I would. I didn't rush, I waited. I studied Marilyn like a case file. She was meticulous, but arrogant. She believed her power protected her. I learned everything. Her finances, her reputation, her secrets. Marilyn had skeletons. Unauthorized HOA fees siphoned into shell accounts. Favoritism contracts, intimidation settlements quietly paid off. I collected proof, legally. Every email, every transaction, every threat. Then I waited for the perfect moment. The HOA's annual general meeting. The biggest event of the year. Press present, city officials invited. Marilyn planned to announce her re-election. She never saw it coming. The meeting hall was packed. Marilyn stood confidently at the podium, smiling, poised. I waited until she finished her speech. Then I stood. I played the audio first. Her voice, clear, cold. Make sure she doesn't cause problems anymore. Gasps filled the room. Then the financial records appeared on the screen. Emails, bank statements, contracts. The room erupted. City officials demanded answers. Reporters raised cameras. Marilyn tried to leave. Police stopped her. Witnesses found their memories again. This time they spoke. Marilyn was arrested on the spot. Conspiracy, assault, fraud, obstruction. As they led her away, she looked at me. For the first time, she was afraid. Marilyn took a plea deal. Prison time, restitution, lifetime ban from HOA leadership. The hired men were identified. They testified. The HOA dissolved. Silverwood Estates changed forever. Lena began healing slowly. She still carries scars, but she laughs again, sleeps again. Sometimes she asks if it was worth it. I tell her the truth. No one gets to hurt you and walk away. People like Marilyn rely on silence, on fear, on the belief that power means immunity. But power only works when good people stay quiet. If you're watching this and living under someone's control, know this: you're not powerless, and monsters hate being exposed to the light.